Welcome to the Shop Jersey Shore podcast. I'm your host, Lisa Mizuka. I'm here today with Samantha Hernandez from Mauve Shoppe Boutique in Point Pleasant, New Jersey. This podcast is brought to you by On Your Mark Designs. We're a digital agency in Bayville, New Jersey, helping small businesses to get more leads since 2004. We work with clients throughout Ocean and Monmouth County and beyond. And now we're here to help you find the best businesses and services in the area to help you shop Jersey Shore. Please stay tuned for a giveaway at the end of the show. We'll have you answer a question about something we talk about today, and we'll send the winner a gift card before the next episode. Wherever you're watching or listening, please subscribe and or follow this show if you're on YouTube, Spotify, Facebook, or your favorite podcast platform. That's how you can help amplify our voices and extend our reach so more people can discover the best businesses the Jersey Shore has to offer. Thank you for joining me today, Samantha.
Thanks for having me, Lisa.
I am so happy you're here with me. Let's start by you telling us about yourself. Introduce yourself, talk about where your business is, what your business is called, and what you love about what you do.
Absolutely. So I am Samantha Hernandez. I own the Mauve Shoppe Boutique in Point Pleasant, New Jersey. We are in the borough. We are a women's apparel, accessory, shoe, and gift item shop. So you can find a whole bunch of different things, from jeans to tops to wedding guest dresses. And what I love, you said?
Yes.
Sorry.
That's
What I love the most about what I do is helping women feel seen, feel beautiful. And I just learned something from one of my customers the other day. She said she felt powerful in what she was wearing. So we're going to add that to it. So we love to make women feel beautiful, seen, and powerful.
I love that. Yes. Yeah. And so you have these curated pieces, right? And they turn over fairly quickly with the seasons. If you have something in store, you don't necessarily have it for all that long, right?
No. So we do small batch ordering, meaning we are just ordering very little quantities of whatever, maybe it's a top, a dress, a pair of pants. And typically once it's gone, it's gone. We don't restock. We try to make it as exclusive as possible for our customers so that they're getting kind of like a one-of-a-kind piece from our shop.
That's really great. So talk about your customers. Who do you love helping? And when they walk into your store, you're just like, wow, you were made for Mauve.
So our customer age range varies. I would say we kind of cater to 30 and up. I mean, we have women come in as young as 30 and as old as 70. And I think my favorite is kind of like the in-between. I do really like moms. So I failed to mention that I'm also a mom of 3. I have 2 boys and a little girl. I'm also a wife. So
busy lady.
Yes. And a dog mom as well. Let's not forget that. But I love helping the moms who come in that are just kind of burnt out and tired, and maybe they're going on a date night with their husband and they haven't been out in a long time, and they're like, I haven't shopped for myself. I don't even know what I like anymore. And, it's really nice to be able to help those women who are really trying to get a pick-me-up and really feel beautiful for when they go out on that long-awaited date night, and deserved.
Yes. And they don't necessarily have to be local to shop with Mauve, right? You have an online component to your business.
Absolutely. Yep. We do have our online store. And we ship nationwide. We offer an $8 flat fee shipping on all orders, or if you spend over $75, we offer free shipping.
Oh, what a deal. I love that. So how did all of this begin? Tell us about how your journey started and what gave you the spark to create this company.
Right. So I started Mauve Shoppe 5 years ago. I had just given birth to my second son, and it started out with making t-shirts and sweatshirts and little home decor items. And I soon realized as I started doing that just wasn't for me. It was very time consuming, and having a newborn plus a 2-year-old son, it was very hard for me to find that time to sit and prepare all of these things. But then I started going to different networking events and meeting a lot of women, and that was kind of how I built my community for Mauve. So I switched over to the boutique world and started bringing in small runs of different things. And if I look back at like the first thing I ever brought in for this, I don't know what I was thinking. I don't think I was. I don't think I was just kind of like shooting from the hip. And I'm like, now, and it takes a long time though to learn who your customer is, right? And to know like that this is what they want. This is what's going to sell. This is what they're going to buy. So it took me a while to figure that out and figure out who my target customer was. But that was how it kind of all began. And I started, I said, going to different networking events and meeting women. And I built my community that way. And then I started doing pop-ups locally. So anywhere that would take me, I would go to salons, coffee shops, even school vendor events, anything and anywhere, mostly in Ocean County. And then I started doing these things. And the women would say, well, do you have somewhere that we can come and shop? And I said, sadly, no. I said, but you never know, maybe one day. So I always collected everyone's information to be able to email them and, follow up with them and make sure they're connected on my social media and stuff like that. And so, sorry, my dog is just walking around and she's going to knock everything over.
Okay,
But,
I love it.
This is real life. So,
It sure is.
So I decided that I was going to open up a small little shop, and it was out of my house. My home was zoned for business, and so I was able to open not in my house. I mean, it was a separate piece of my home, but you weren't coming in my house to shop. And the women started to get so excited, and they were wanting to come and shop. And then about 7 or 8 months into it, I got a notice from our zoning department, and they were not happy. They said, well, did you apply for a permit to operate here? I'm like, well, it's my house. And I mean, I'm a registered business. I didn't know that I had to go through all this. Silly me, shame on me for not doing my research. They wanted
And
me.
in your defense of that situation, there was a functioning commercial business
Yes,
in that space before you bought that property too.
correct.
So
Yep.
why would you think that you couldn't open your own establishment
I don't
in that?
know. And
Yeah.
what I said to them was, I don't have people knocking down my doors. I had built my community of regulars. I mean, I had one woman, she would come here every Friday and shop with me every Friday. And it was always hey, Sam, are you there? Because I had hours, but it was wonky because it was in my house. I had my kids. I was in and out. So, the women who were coming here knew to check with me before they came. So I guess it could have been more of appointment based, but they wanted me to go before the zoning board. They wanted me to retain an attorney. And at that point I said, I cried. I was so upset because it was helping me grow my small business.
Yes.
But I said, you know what? Wipe the tears, pick up your chin, and let's figure this out. And that's what I did. And I went online, and I'll tell you, it was like a blessing in disguise. Because I said, am I going to dump all this money into attorney fees and going before the zoning board and all this stuff? Or do I just find a storefront where I can really display my stuff and do what I really always dreamed of? So that is how we were born again at 2801 Bridge Avenue in Point Pleasant. So it was a blessing. I think, though, when I met the realtor for the space, I nearly begged her. I was like, please, I said, tell the landlord I will be the best tenant ever. I promise I will take care of the space. I will do whatever it takes. I'll pay my rent on time. And, but I that was just like the inner child of me, like not wanting to give up on this dream that I've had since I was young. So, so here we are now at 2801 Bridge.
Yeah, so
Thriving.
you've been there. How long
A
now?
year and a half now. Yep.
Yes.
Yeah.
Excellent. So
Yeah.
do you ever still you had mentioned in the very start you were making things to
Yeah.
sell and
Mhm.
that became overwhelming. But do you ever still make a shirt here and there?
I do. So I make all of our merch, like for us, like the shirt I'm wearing.
Nice.
So I'll do like all of the stuff for the girls in the store. Um, some days they're like, "Ugh, I wish we had t-shirts to wear." So, I'll make seasonal ones. I made cute ones for the summer for them. And now we'll do like a fall winter one too. So yes, I,
That's
I do
great.
still dabble in the making of things.
So then how do you decide what comes in for the next season? Is it all like online shopping kind of situations or do you go to places where you can connect with clothing lines and designers and see a wide variety that you get to choose from? What's that process like for you?
Yeah, so there's different ways of doing that. So before I had my third child, I was traveling over to Dallas and Atlanta. They have an apparel mart there in both locations, and then they have temporary vendors who come every couple of months. The temporaries will come, and those are the vendors that I'll buy from. So you get an opportunity to go there to meet them, to touch the clothing, see the quality, how it's made, and then you can buy there as well. But since having my third child, I haven't had the opportunity to get to one of the markets out of state. So I've been doing a lot of buying online with my tried and true vendors that I know I'm going to get the quality that I want to provide to my customer. But there are also in New York, they do it's called Magic Fashion Events, and they do host those in New York twice a year. So they do, it's coming up in September, and then I believe the other one is in spring sometime, maybe March or April. So I did go to those. I went to that one earlier this year, and then we'll also go again in September. And I've already ordered most of my fall, though. If you follow on social media, I started
Ah,
giving little sneak peeks. Um,
I love that.
really, really, oh, I mean, the stuff for fall is just beautiful. And I don't want to rush it, but I love the transition. I love that we get the different seasons so we can enjoy all of those fun pieces.
Yes, it was a long spring this year, so we had a lot of cool weather at the
I
Jersey
know.
Shore. Yeah,
I
well,
know.
they got to stretch out the time that they wore
Yes.
those transition pieces,
I
right? That's
know. I know.
important. It
Absolutely.
goes from winter to 100 degrees typically.
Yes.
So it was nice to have that kind of sweater weather a little
Oh,
bit.
yeah, I know. I enjoy that weather, though.
Yeah. So in the beginning of your process, you leaned on the local community with pop-up shops and and thankfully these businesses were excited to feature you and give you visibility and now you're doing that yourself in
Mhm.
your space, right? You're welcoming local producers, local makers to feature their products in your store and you have your own pop-ups now, right?
Mhm.
With workshops that you do. Talk a little bit about that.
Sure. So, we do have a program in store called Mauve Showcase, and that is for make local makers. I mean, they could do anything from making candles to making soap, making body care products. And so, what we found is we do offer um, oh my goodness, what's the word I'm looking for?
Agreement?
Yeah.
Uh, okay.
Like,
Yeah.
so we'll offer it monthly to them or in a 3-month increment. So, but we find that most people want to do 3 months. So they come in, they set up, they get a shelf for 3 months, and we will market their products for them. We will offer them a space on our social media. We'll do a video about them. And so that's been going really well. We've had a few different people come in this year. We're just getting ready to switch out. So August 1st, we'll put in our new one, who is a candle maker. So, and her candles are incredible. Her name is Auntie Tots Candle Shop, and
Okay.
she also makes our exclusive candle for our store. So she's great though. And we also, this month, July, we did a Meet the Maker series. Every Saturday, we brought in a maker local, And they came and they showcased their products. You can come out and meet them. And we'll have our final one coming this Saturday.
That's excellent. It's such a great way to pay it forward and to grow the local community and visibility. Your social media platform is becoming significant. So to have that amplification for them is
Yeah,
huge.
absolutely. I love
And
helping.
then you're also doing workshops and parties and things like
Mhm.
that in store. So,
Yes.
what's the next thing you have coming up for that? Or tell us a little bit about ones you've done in the past.
Yeah, so we host, even if you're a small business owner and you want to give your employees something different, we rent out our space. You can come in, you can bring your food, bring your drinks. We have um, preferred vendor list of add-ons. So we do things like chair massages, permanent jewelry. You can add on charcuterie, sweet treats. We have a bunch of different options. We work with like other local small businesses. And so we just kind of try to bring everyone together. We did just have someone in 2 weeks ago. She's the NJ cleaning diva. She brought in her girls and they did chair massages. They did a trucker hat bar and they shopped and they had a blast. They did pizza and a couple of different drinks. She brought a cooler with, some cocktails for them to sip on. And that was
Yeah,
their summer appreciation. And it was a lot of fun.
absolutely. A little something different. I like that.
Yeah,
To say thank
absolutely.
you to the people who mean a lot.
Yeah, definitely. It's important to take care of your
So
people.
I agree. I agree. So what is next for you? What do you have coming up? This show is going to air on Tuesday, on August 5th.
Okay.
So, do you have anything right in front of that that you want to make sure that people are aware of?
We do. So, August 1st, we have our girlfriend's night coming up, and that is from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. It's a Friday night. We did this last year. It was a huge hit. We do have some tickets left. That is going to be a fun night. So, we have a comedian coming in, Rita Lamar. She will be doing a 30-minute stand up comedy show, and we do 3 rounds of bingo. The prizes are always incredible. They're usually local businesses that will donate a prize. Auntie Tots is going to donate one of her beautiful baskets. So you get like a bunch of candles.
Nice.
So that's fun. And then we're also doing chair massages.
Very cool.
And
So we'll make sure to clip this out into a short
yeah.
and promote that before August
Yeah.
1st.
And
So
it's
you can get the word out.
$45 a person. So you grab it's called Girlfriend's Night because August 1st is National Girlfriend's Day. So I like to do it because of that. So grab your girlfriends, come out. It's BYOB. We also have a grazing board, so there'll be some snacks and stuff for you to munch on, and it'll be a fun night. So if you're
Great.
local, definitely check it out.
So you're local, and you and both of us, we love living and working here at the Jersey Shore. Tell me about some places that you enjoy locally with you and your family or your husband. So you can even tell us a little bit about his place if you want to do that.
Well, I love living at the Jersey Shore. I didn't always live here. I've been here for 7 years, almost 8. I love it here. There's so many things to do. The summers are great. We love to hit the boardwalk on off days because if you know, with the summer
You do.
rush. So we'll try to do like a Sunday night at the boardwalk during the summer when everybody's kind of traveling back home. It's
Heading
usually
home.
a little bit more quiet. But the beaches. You can't go wrong with hitting up one of the Jersey Shore beaches. I've recently started to enjoy sunsets.
Oh,
And we went last Friday as a family for our first one in Seaside Heights. We went to Sunset Beach and we brought a blanket. They have a beautiful dock that you can fish off of, and you just sit there. The water's calm. I believe it's right on Barnegat Bay. I think that
mhm.
kind of little cove is. And it is so beautiful. And it was so nice to sit there with the kids, and we had little snacks, and it was beautiful. So I think that's something really fun. I mean, a sunset is just beautiful. And at the Jersey Shore, why not? I said, was there, I said, this is my backyard. Why am I not coming here more often to do this?
Yes, I do that every time I go to the boardwalk, and I smell
Gorgeous.
and I take in
Oh, the
the
salt there.
absolutely. I said, "Why am I not here every day?"
I know. I know. So those are a couple of things we're enjoying living at the shore.
There was something else I wanted to ask you about the ways that you enjoy giving back. I know that you're such a
Yeah.
generous person and you have a program inside of Mauve
Mhm.
where you try to pay it forward and beyond and you could talk about that or any other organizations that you work with locally that you care about and want to promote.
Absolutely. So we did start Threads to Thrive earlier this year, and we did our first round for Providence House Domestic Violence. It's a safe house for domestic violence victims. They're through Catholic Charities, and we did, I believe, 20 bags. So yeah, it's a sponsorship. So you pay a fee. You're basically buying an outfit for a woman in need, or a woman who needs a pick me up. It doesn't have to be a woman in need. So you pay for the outfit. We bag it up. We get sizing information from the organization, and we will pack it up. And we put a nice little note in there, something uplifting to make them feel good and let them know how this happened, why it started, and the mission behind it. I actually have a call today, this afternoon, for our next organization. So I'm hoping that we'll be able to solidify everything with that and get our next one going. So I don't want to mention who it is because
Yeah.
I have gotten shot down by a couple of different organizations, which I was really surprised at. But so I've been working to find someone who will want to collaborate with us on this. Yeah, I mean it's
That's
nice to make
excellent.
women feel seen and
Yes.
beautiful, right? I mean, that's the
And
mission behind Mauve, and that's kind of rolls over into Threads to Thrive. And again, you don't have to be a woman in need. It's just sometimes women need a pick me up. They need to know that people notice them, and to support them. So
agreed. Yes. And if anyone is interested in learning more or sponsoring a
sure.
Threads to Thrive outfit for someone who needs it, they can learn more on your site, right?
Absolutely. Yes, they can, or they can email us as well. Reach out to us on any of our social media, Instagram. We live there the most. We're playing with TikTok here and there, but we live on Instagram. So can
Yeah,
always reach
so
out to
let's
us
get to
there.
that. What's the best way for people to connect with you? Let's give them those contact details so they can reach
Sure.
out.
So our Instagram is Shop Mauve, SHOPPE, Mauve, MAUVE. And then on every other platform, you can just find us by Mauve Shop Boutique or just Mauve Shop. TikTok,
Excellent.
YouTube, what else? Instagram, Facebook. We also have a VIP Facebook group that we share new arrivals, specials. You get birthday money and,
Love that. Yes.
and
Join the
different things.
VIP group.
Yeah, I think we're up to 800 members. I think 800. So yeah,
More after this.
yes, yes.
Okay, that's towards the end of our program now. Thank you so much, and I think we're ready for our giveaway, right, Samantha?
I think so.
So I want to share this with the audience. You could win a $20 gift card to Mauve Shop in Point Pleasant. So we're gonna ask you a question. What should we ask them about the episode?
Hmm. Maybe we ask them, what is the name of the program Mauve Shop has created to support other women? Is that a good
What
question?
a great question. I love that question. So, email your answer to that question along with your name and address to lisa@shopjerseyshore.com. Put Samantha Hernandez or Mauve Shop in the subject line of your email, and I'll know that it's about this episode. And that's all the time we have. Thank you for
Perfect.
joining us, Samantha.
Thanks for having me, Lisa. This is wonderful. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. See you next week, everyone. And remember to shop Jersey Shore.